Hey, good morning, everybody. Okay, let's dive in here. Obviously, we had that big reversal yesterday as I was recording this thing with the news that came out from the communication with Iran. Don't really know if that's true still. Saw back and forth stuff yesterday, but the market definitely acted as if it was because we never really fully came back from that reversal. You can see corn closed off its lows, but not above these moving averages yesterday, which wasn't a great close, and everything kind of did the same thing. Today, you have oil up a couple bucks, but yet corn is still just kind of hanging around. We poked above the 5 day, which is the green line there last night, but haven't been able to hold it. We're just below it now. The 5 day being at 461 3/4, and us currently up a penny and a quarter in May at 460 3/4. So let's just dive into resistance and support here. So initial resistance will be the overnight high. Obviously the 5 day is there too, so we've got to take that into account. But since we already got above that last night, I'll say the overnight high of 463.5 is your initial resistance, and then obviously yesterday's high of 473 3/4. Support is going to be the main level of support here is going to be yesterday's low. That's a nice little swing low now at 456.5 to pay attention to. And again, if you break that, best guess is it's interesting now. This trend line is starting to meet up with the 50-day retracement around 450 to 451. That seems like a pretty obvious place for this market to go to, and maybe pretty quickly if you break that low from yesterday. Again, RSI is an issue. Hasn't held true yet, but we are showing some divergence here. And again, what I mentioned Friday was any down day of significance, which Friday was, when you're showing divergence here like this, even though you poked above that, it has held true so far. It's held true that this market has now started to trend lower since that day after having this. So yesterday was a selling opportunity, but flipped on its head, and now we've continued this short-term downtrend, and that's still the best guess, right? The biggest question mark is, does that downtrend turn into a longer-term, April or May type situation before you find a low, or is it that we're just going to come down here to this support and then reverse back out of here and continue with this uptrend if oil is going to continue up as well? So that's what you got to pay attention to. Either way, you just have to be thinking about, what did I plan to have done by this time seasonally, and have I taken care of that? Because we still have summertime here, and if the market does continue up, okay, we can sell more. But if it doesn't, and we have a longer term downtrend, you need to feel good about where you're at right now, so that you can take advantage of this summer, June and July time frame, and have what you plan to sell in that time frame ready to go as well. So, okay, moving into soybeans. Even weaker than corn, just as we've discussed. Yesterday tried to poke up, couldn't get above the previous day's high, couldn't close above the 5 day, sitting currently down 4 1/4 at 1159 1/4. Still looks weak overall. These moving averages are sitting around. You get the 5 day 1164.5, and then the 10 day all the way up to 1170 3/4. So those are going to be resistance. But the main resistance is this nice little swing high here of 1176 from last Friday. So you start to move above that, you'll probably see some buying come into the marketplace here. So I would not expect that right now, but you start to move above that, I think it would probably kind of negate this downturn. Support is going to be first yesterday's low of 1152.5. But then this is still the main level here, the 50% retracement of this whole move up from our low. This low from last week, 1145 1/4, sitting right on it. So you break that, I would expect this to expedite lower, move quickly lower, possibly into that 62% retracement down around 1122.5. Nothing special down here. Volume's been ho-hum, sitting around the 50 RSI level. This is showing no chance or small chance of lingering downside momentum, so that's worth paying attention to for sure as well. Maybe we do start a little bit of an up move here into some more resistance. But best guess right now still is that we go lower in the short term. I would guess that we'll take this low out and move down into this area at least. So that's what we're going to play with or plan for right now. Nothing else real special. I haven't seen any news today, so we'll just see how this wants to act in the short term with these short-term, resistance and support points, and go from there. All right, everybody, have a great day. Thank you.